Antarctica is the coldest continent on Earth. Just imagine, there is a place on Earth where temperatures sometimes drop below -80 degrees Celsius. A place where, beneath kilometers of ice, lie hidden vast mountains, ancient lakes, and a world that remains not fully discovered by humans to this day. There are no ordinary cities here. There are no permanent settlements. There are no roads, shopping malls, or signs of ordinary human life. Yet, some of the world's greatest mysteries lie hidden beneath this very ice. This place is Antarctica. Located at the southern tip of the Earth, this continent is larger than Europe. Almost its entire expanse is covered by a massive sheet of ice. But the most surprising thing is, beneath the ice of Antarctica lie many things that are unimaginable from the outside. Trapped beneath the ice is ancient air that has been held there for thousands of years. There are vast subglacial lakes hidden kilometers beneath the ice, untouched by sunlight. In some places, scientists have even discovered life forms capable of surviving in Earth's harshest environments. But the question is, why is Antarctica so cold? Why is human habitation here nearly impossible? And what exactly lies hidden beneath this icy continent? Today, we will step into a world of the most mysterious and extreme environments on Earth. This is Antarctica. And this story begins with the most terrifying cold on the planet. Antarctica is the coldest continent on Earth. Temperatures here drop so low that standing outside for even a few minutes can become dangerous for humans. In 2010, a temperature of approximately -93 degrees Celsius was recorded in an area of Antarctica. Although this was measured via satellite, it remains an example of the most extreme cold on Earth. However, the cold in Antarctica is not solely due to the temperature. Most of this continent lies at a high elevation above sea level. During winter, sunlight is often barely visible here for months on end. Just imagine, a vast continent where, for several months, the sun hardly ever sets. And at other times of the year, for several months, the sun hardly ever sets. For this reason, the concept of day and night in Antarctica is unlike that in other parts of the world. But the greatest mystery of this continent is its ice. Antarctica's ice sheet is so vast that it holds approximately 90% of the Earth's land-based ice. The average thickness of this ice is about 2 kilometers. In some places, the ice is more than 4 kilometers thick. This means that if you were standing on this ice, there could be a layer of ice several kilometers deep beneath your feet. But the real question for scientists is what lies beneath this massive expanse of ice. Because what lies beneath the ice is not just solid rock. Scientists have discovered vast lakes, rivers, and even mountains, all buried deep beneath the ice. And the most incredible example of this hidden world is Lake Vostok, a massive lake hidden beneath kilometers of ice. But how can a lake remain in a liquid state under so much ice? The answer lies within Antarctica's greatest mystery. Lake Vostok is one of the most incredible places hidden beneath the ice of Antarctica. It is no small body of water. Hidden nearly 4 kilometers beneath the ice, this vast lake is one of the largest subglacial lakes on Earth. The most astonishing fact is, there is ice thousands of meters thick above it, yet the lake's water has not frozen solid. How? According to scientists, Earth's geothermal heat is responsible for this. Heat rising from deep within the Earth keeps parts of the ice beneath the surface melted. And because of the immense pressure from the overlying ice, the water is able to remain in a liquid state. In other words, there exists a world of total darkness beneath the Antarctic ice, one that can persist for thousands of years without sunlight. Now, the biggest question facing scientists is there any life in the water of this lake? This is because scientists have discovered microorganisms in other extreme environments on Earth that can survive without light and in freezing temperatures. Consequently, some scientists believe that the possibility of unknown types of microorganisms existing in lakes like Lake Vostok cannot be entirely ruled out. However, conducting direct research on this lake is extremely difficult. This is because even a minor error could allow external microbes to contaminate this ancient environment. Therefore, scientists exercise extreme caution when collecting and studying samples of the ice layer and the water beneath it. But Lake Vostok is not the only mystery. Scientists have discovered hundreds of lakes and water channels beneath the ice of Antarctica. In other words, there is a vast, hidden aquatic network beneath the ice. From above, the entire continent appears to be covered solely in ice. But beneath the ice, the landscape is completely different. And it is not just lakes that lie beneath the ice, vast mountains, deep valleys, and even volcanoes are hidden there. When we think of Antarctica, we usually picture only a sheet of ice. But beneath that ice lies a completely different landscape. Hidden deep under the ice are massive mountains, deep valleys, and vast plains. Using satellite and radar technology, they created a map of this unseen terrain beneath the ice, and their vision was extraordinary. Beneath the ice of Antarctica lie the Gamburtsev Mountains, a massive mountain range. The most surprising fact is that these mountains are completely buried under kilometers of ice. This means that if you were standing on the Antarctic ice, there could be mountains beneath your feet. Mountains as massive as any ordinary mountain on Earth. But that is not all. Antarctica also has active volcanoes. The most famous among them is Mount Erebus. It is one of the southernmost active volcanoes on Earth. Even when the outside temperature plummets to tens of degrees below zero, intense heat and molten rock remain active within this volcano. Just imagine on one hand, Earth's coldest environment. On the other, an active volcano within that very same continent. It is this contrast that makes Antarctica even more mysterious. Scientists believe that this geothermal heat can also influence the flow of water beneath the ice and affect subglacial lakes. In other words, as lifeless and silent as Antarctica appears from the outside, it is actually just as active beneath the surface. Geological history is shaping mountains beneath the ice. Geothermal heat is melting the ice, and volcanoes continue to bear witness to the Earth's deep-seated power. Yet, the mysteries of Antarctica are not limited to just ice and volcanoes. This icy continent is also home to creatures that have developed an extraordinary ability to survive in one of the harshest environments on Earth. Antarctica is one of the harshest environments on Earth. Yet, amidst the extreme cold, blizzards, and long periods of darkness, certain animals have survived here for thousands of years. And the most famous among them is the penguin. Antarctica's emperor penguins can survive in temperatures as low as -60 degrees Celsius. But what is the secret to their survival? They possess a thick layer of fat and feathers that help sustain their energy in these conditions. However, life becomes even more difficult for emperor penguins during the winter. Thousands of penguins stand very close together. They gradually shift their positions so that penguins exposed to the outer cold can move to the inside after a while. In this way, they share each other's body heat and survive the extreme cold. But life in Antarctica is not just about the ice. There is a vast world of life beneath the ocean as well. Whales, seals, albatrosses, and countless other marine creatures inhabit the cold waters beneath the ice. And one of the most important creatures in this entire food chain is the krill. Despite their small size, these tiny creatures are vital to marine life in Antarctica. Whales, penguins, and seals, countless animals, depend on these small creatures in one way or another. However, this environment is now facing a major transformation. As global temperatures rise, the ice in parts of Antarctica is melting. And if these vast ice sheets continue to melt rapidly, the impact will not be confined to Antarctica alone. Global sea levels could rise, coastal cities could face significant risks. But the question remains, if Antarctic ice truly begins to melt, what will become of the Earth in the future? Antarctica's ice is not merely a layer of ice. It is a crucial part of the Earth's climate system. This vast white sheet of ice reflects sunlight back into space. Consequently, it helps regulate the Earth's temperature. However, a dangerous shift can occur if the ice diminishes. When dark ocean water or open land absorbs sunlight instead of the ice, more heat can accumulate. This could lead to further melting of ice. Increased melting of ice raises the risk of rising sea levels. Many of the world's major cities are located near the ocean. Therefore, the impact of climate change could become a major challenge for coastal regions in the future. However, this does not mean that all of Antarctica's ice will suddenly melt one day. It is an extremely slow and complex process. Scientists are constantly monitoring changes on the continent using satellites, research stations, and ice samples. This is because the history of Earth's past climate lies hidden within the Antarctic ice. Air from thousands of years ago remains trapped in tiny bubbles collected from deep layers of the ice. By analyzing this air, scientists can determine the levels of carbon dioxide in Earth's atmosphere in the past and how the climate has changed. In other words, Antarctic ice does not merely warn us about the future. It also tells the story of our planet's past. Yet, many mysteries of this continent remain unknown to humanity. Over the coming decades, with advancements in technology, humanity will uncover many more mysteries of this icy continent. For Antarctica, as much as we know of it, holds far more hidden beneath the ice. And for this very reason, the coldest continent on Earth is also one of the most mysterious places in the world. In your opinion, what is the most mysterious aspect of Antarctica? Subglacial lakes, hidden mountains, or active volcanoes? Let us know in the comments. Stay tuned to the World Chronicles. We will be back with more unknown mysteries and incredible real-life events from around the globe.